things start to open up around the world, I know everyone is super eager to go and travel again. I feel like 2023 was a bit of a buffer year because things had opened up, but everyone was still unsure, which makes me think that 2024 is going to be the year of travel. In this guide, I want to break away from the typical places that everyone recommends and go a little bit off the beaten path. From pink beaches to ancient ruins to bustling cities, all of these destinations have numerous different things you can do. You couldn't get bored in any of them. So here are my top 5 must-visit destinations for 2024. And guess what? None of them are in Europe. First up, let's head to Kenya. A land of amazing national parks, stunning coastlines, beautiful little islands, and lots of really interesting culture. From the vast savannas of the Masai Mara to the pristine beaches of Diani, there's something for every type of traveler. Kenya has always been and will always be one of my favorite places to travel, and that's for many reasons. First of all, Kenyans are really warm and friendly people, so going there and just interacting with locals in itself is a great experience. Secondly, it has a lot to offer. Whether you're into mountains or beaches or safaris, you kind of have a little bit of everything. As a tourist going to Kenya, it can get a little bit expensive. So if you're gonna go here, make sure you have a decent budget. Some places that I think you cannot miss in Kenya are the Masai Mara for incredible wildlife and beautiful savannas, Amboseli National Park to see Mount Kilimanjaro, and you can climb it if you'd like, the Great Rift Valley, Diani and the coast of Mombasa for beautiful beaches, and finally my favorite, Lamu Island. Our next stop is the tropical paradise of Sri Lanka. With lush greenery, tropical beaches, and really warm hospitality, Sri Lanka is another destination that you cannot miss. And on top of that, the food in Sri Lanka, in my opinion, is some of the best in the world. Some places in Sri Lanka that you cannot miss are the beaches all along the south coast, doing a train journey from the coast up to Ella, going to see Sigiriya Rock, and like I said, trying all the food that you can. In terms of budget, Sri Lanka is really not an expensive place. Of course, there are more luxurious accommodations and restaurants, but it's also very, very budget friendly. You can get accommodation for as low as $10 a night, and you can eat meals for as little as $3 per plate. So Sri Lanka is a great place for any kind of traveler on any kind of budget. Now we're gonna venture into the super diverse landscapes of South India. And I say South India and not India as a whole because every part of the country is so vastly different. But for this guide, I'd like to recommend the south of India, a trip that I did earlier this year. India is packed full of culture that is right in your face. It's loud, it's busy, it's colorful, and it's chaotic. But those are all things that make it what it is and make it such an unforgettable journey. Some places that I think you cannot miss are the beautiful backwaters of Kerala, where you can sleep on a houseboat for a couple nights and cruise through the river, taking a look at local life. Unwind on the beautiful beaches of Goa, where there's a huge digital nomad community and lots of expats. And of course, indulge in amazing South Indian cuisine. South India will be an incredible and unforgettable journey. Side note, I know I mentioned South India, but there is one place in the north that I want to add in that I would say any traveler should add in if they're going to India, and that is Varanasi. It's a very spiritual and very important place for Indians, and it's really worth seeing. But beware, it is the complete opposite of South India. It is extremely chaotic, crowded, busy, and hot. So mixing the two of those together can make a great trip. For the fourth destination, we're heading to South Africa, one of the countries with the most incredible landscapes on the planet. From the awe-inspiring wildlife of Kruger National Park to the other hundreds of national parks where you can see an abundance of wildlife on different landscapes, to the vibrant culture and pristine beaches of Cape Town, all the way up to the Drakensberg, a misty, beautiful mountain range in the heart of South Africa. On a side note, the first thing people usually say to me when I recommend South Africa is that it's really far and the ticket to get there must be really expensive. And although that's true, it is offset by something. Even though the plane ticket there is really expensive, once you're in South Africa, it's actually pretty affordable. You can be staying in really amazing accommodations for as little as $20 or $30 a night, and you can eat food for super cheap as well. And not just anywhere, you can eat at beautiful, really fancy and well-known restaurants for a really great price. And last thing, be sure not to miss the really cute penguins on Boulders Beach in Cape Town. That's an experience that you just can't get anywhere else. Lastly, I'm gonna set your sights on the islands of Indonesia. And by this, I don't mean Bali, because I'm sure you've heard a lot about Bali, and sure, it's beautiful, but there's a lot of other things that Indonesia has to offer, and they're a little bit more off the beaten track. Starting in the Komodo Islands, where you can go on incredible boat tours for 3 to 4 nights, see pink beaches, see Komodo dragons, walk up to incredible viewpoints. It's an absolute paradise where I guarantee you'll have an amazing time. But I must mention, on these boat trips in Komodo Island, there are a lot of tourists. But I personally didn't find that took away from the experience, because the sights are so beautiful and it's not something you want to miss. And if you're looking more for a chilled beach vacation, you can head over to Lombok or to the Gili Islands. But there are 3 Gili Islands. Try and go to the one that's not a party island. I'm blanking on the name, I'll link it here. It's really relaxing, you can take bikes around the island, there's great restaurants, it's a great place to be. And lastly, Indonesia also has some amazing inland locations like volcanoes, mountains, and also old villages that you can actually hike to, like Wairibo, somewhere that I went a few months ago. It's an incredible experience where you get to live like a local, learn about the culture, and it's just overall an amazing experience. So those are my top 5 must-see places. Okay, so now you've got your sights set on your next destination. But what's an adventure without a way to relive the highlights afterwards? In my next video, I'll guide you on how to make a travel video with no planning whatsoever. And this is not for experts. You don't even have to have ever picked up a camera to do this. It's just filled with little tips and tricks to get you to capture these memories and be able to create a beautiful little travel reel afterwards. And if you're interested in any of them, keep your eyes peeled, because I will be releasing some really detailed guides on where to go and what to see exactly in a lot of those places. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe so you don't miss the next one. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next week.